I'm a professional MMA fighter with a record of 4-1. I'm an up-and-coming fighter, and without a doubt you will see me on the UFC in the near future.
I said it last year, we're not here just to take part, we're here to take over.
I knew I was going to be the person to bring martial arts to the public eye. And now it's happening. You know what I mean? There's two things I've learned from these past 7 months. Number one is that hard work pays off. And number two is that dreams come true.
If you go up to 100 people and ask them what they really want out of life, 98 of them won't be able to tell you. You will get a lot of answers like, oh, I just want to be happy, or I just want to be able to do what I love. But most of them won't be able to give any concrete form to what they want. And they definitely won't be able to give even the slightest indication of a plan to get it.
It's all I do. I train twice a day. That's all I think about. I don't want to do anything else. It's as simple as that. My dream is to be world lightweight champion in the UFC, have more money than I know what to do with, and have a great life for my kids, my grandkids, everyone in my family, everyone that's come up with me. That's my dream.
Back when Conor McGregor was first pursuing his love of mixed martial arts, he was told countless times how impractical it was. No man from Ireland had ever made it to the highest levels of fighting. What made him think that he could be the first? But Conor didn't care. He not only knew exactly what he wanted, but he carried himself like he already had it. In his mind, the goal was already awaiting his claim. He just had to execute so he could go and take it. His desire was so strong it forced him to take continuous action towards his goals. Not knowing what one wants in life is one of the major causes of failure. If you don't know what you want, how can you ever expect to get it? If you don't write down your goals, you're just living in this wishy-washy world of, oh, I just want to be happy. There's never anything concrete that you can grasp onto. Action will always be more valuable than theory. Half-heartedly wishing and hoping for something will never be as effective as taking direct action. And yes, writing down what you want is the first and the easiest action to take. But by doing this, you have just taken the first step to coaxing your idea into the physical world. Conor did this by vividly imagining himself in a better life and carrying himself like he already had that life. And he still does this today, vividly imagining not only his victories, but also the challenges he will face and what he will do to overcome them.
Yeah, throughout training camp, you definitely have shots that you see, that you feel cracking, you know, you feel them shots happen, you know. But this is, trust me, this is a first round KO for me. I have no doubt in my mind. His toes will curl and I will celebrate.
Hands at his hips, having a conversation, looking to finish the fight. It is all over, just like that.
If he shows up, I feel I will KO him inside one. If he makes that walk and if he is in the octagon, I feel every single movement I make will get an overreaction off of him because he's emotionally invested in it. There's too much in it for him.
Conor relaxed and smiling. Oh! Just like that! The new UFC featherweight champion of the world! Oh!
How do you do that? How
I
do you
mean,
predict these
if
things?
you can see it here and you have the courage enough to speak it, it will happen.
Another one of the most common causes of failure is the habit of quitting when someone is taken by temporary defeat. Conor was on the verge of giving up fighting for good when he finally got the call to fight for the UFC. Imagine how different his life would be if he stopped 3 feet short of striking gold. This happens in all walks of life. It seems like there is an invisible guide that tests people through all sorts of discouraging experiences to see who is truly worthy of success. Persistence knows no such thing as failure. Conor woke up at 5 a.m. every morning worked 10 to 12 hours a day as a plumber, and then went immediately to training at night. This was taking an incredible toll on his body, and he was faced with a choice. He quit plumbing and focused on training full-time, despite many heated arguments with his parents. Burning the boats is a popular self-improvement topic. You burn the boats and get rid of all forms of retreat, so now you are forced to succeed. Many people talk about burning the boats, but they forget the element of taking action. Cool, you burnt the boats, you are not guaranteed success, and you will fail if you don't hustle towards your dreams. Imagine if at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, Thomas Jefferson, John Hancock, and everyone else who signed their name said, okay, we just burnt the boats, now we can't fail. They knew if they didn't win, they had just signed their death warrant. They gave themselves no choice but to devote all their energy into winning their freedom.
I will be where I want to be. I'm 100% confident that I will make it to the top. I have the skills, I have the dedication, and it's something I really, really want. So words can't even describe, but it will happen, and I'll let you know when it happens.
I feel to be at the pinnacle of any game, in whatever you do, you've got to be a little bit gone to it. You're not all there. You've got to be almost insane to your craft. Not a lot of people can understand that. That's why I don't know about nothing else. I do not pay attention to nothing else.
What happens if you do lose to Jose Aldo?
That is not in the equation. That does not process in my brain for 1 second.
Conor was 15 when he experienced a life-changing moment. He moved from his hometown in Crumlin to a quiet neighborhood on the outskirts of Dublin. The move tore him away from his lifelong friends and put him in a place full of people he didn't know. As a teenager, he did not handle this very well, but it set the stage for his deep visualization that he credits for his success. He said, "I feel being alone with your thoughts is a good thing. It allows you to figure things out for yourself." Thinking is one of the hardest jobs you will ever do. Tear someone away from their cell phone and make them sit in a room with just their thoughts for 8 hours and they will freak out. It was around this time of deep introspection that Conor first started to develop what Napoleon Hill calls a money consciousness. He refused to accept a life without riches. When you create your plan to achieve your desire, do not base it on what you think is practical. Your reasoning faculty is lazy and will talk you out of taking action. If your actual goal is to become a millionaire or to become a world champion fighter, your reasoning faculty will see how much work it would take, and it will talk you out of it by saying, "Oh, you have to be more practical." If you truly, deeply want something, you have to be able to vividly see yourself possessing it. If you can't even imagine a world where it's possible, how are you ever going to get it? A good exercise is to ask yourself, is there someone who has already accomplished what I want? Most likely there is. Then you have to ask yourself, is there something special about them that I can't replicate? Are they just cut from a different cloth? In most cases, the answer will be no. In that case, you can now try your best to replicate exactly what they did. All great achievements are born from an idea. Every new success, every new business, every new invention has its start in an idea. Unfortunately, we live in a world where most ideas get snuffed out before it can actually be brought to life. We get distracted and don't pursue it, or we're told it's impractical, or we're scared of what others will think of us. Conor's success started with an idea, a desire that recognized no such thing as failure. Conor McGregor rose from humble beginnings to become one of the most influential and highest paid fighters of all time. He was able to do this because he had a definite purpose backed by a burning desire that knew no such thing as defeat. He used autosuggestion to vividly imagine himself already in possession of his goal. He created the most practical plans that he could and put them into action immediately. He kept his mind completely free of negative influences from countless people who said it couldn't be done. You have complete control of your state of mind. Use it to ward off toxic, negative influences. Make a clear decision and burn the boats. Cut off all forms of retreat. Develop the habit of persistence, and do not stop 3 feet short of gold. Nature has a way of rewarding those who persist when most would give up. Hey guys, thank you for watching, and if you have an idea of someone you want me to do a video on, make sure you leave it in the comments below.